Imagine this: you're standing tall, feeling strong, moving through your day with ease, climbing stairs, lifting groceries, maybe even dancing or playing with grandkids. That effortless strength, that freedom of movement, it all rests on a hidden foundation: your bones. But bones aren't static rocks. They're living, dynamic tissue, constantly being broken down and rebuilt in a silent, intricate dance. And just like any complex structure, they need the right raw materials to stay strong, resilient, and fracture-resistant throughout your life. Osteoporosis, that silent thief of bone density, creeps up on millions, often undetected until a minor fall leads to a major break. While dairy often steals the spotlight for bone health, what if I told you about a vibrant green powerhouse duo, easily transformed into a potent daily juice, that delivers a symphony of bone-building and bone-protecting nutrients in a way few other foods can match? We're talking about the humble, often underestimated, pairing of broccoli and spinach. Blending these two nutritional titans into a juice isn't just a trendy green drink. It's a concentrated liquid strategy for fortifying your skeletal fortress from the inside out, leveraging unique compounds that go far beyond just calcium. Let's dive deep into why starting your day with a glass of freshly made broccoli and spinach juice could be one of the most proactive investments you make for lifelong mobility and strength. The first thing most people think about when it comes to bone health is calcium. And yes, calcium is absolutely essential. It's the primary mineral that gives bones their hardness and rigidity. Your body stores over 99% of its calcium in your bones and teeth. But here's the critical point: calcium doesn't work alone. It's like trying to build a brick wall without mortar. You need a whole crew of other vital nutrients to absorb that calcium effectively, incorporate it properly into the bone matrix, regulate the cells that build and break down bone, and protect the entire structure. This is where broccoli and spinach, especially when juiced to concentrate their nutrients and enhance bioavailability, truly shine as a synergistic bone-building team. Let's unpack the superstar players each brings to this green construction site. Starting with spinach, it's famously rich in calcium. A couple of generous handfuls in your juice can deliver a significant portion of your daily needs. But spinach also contains compounds called oxalates, which can bind to calcium and potentially reduce its absorption. This is where the juicing process and the partnership with broccoli become crucial. Juicing breaks down the plant cell walls, making the nutrients more readily accessible. More importantly, broccoli, while containing some calcium itself, though less than spinach, is a low oxalate vegetable. When you juice them together, the calcium from the spinach, now liberated from much of its fibrous matrix, is presented alongside the nutrients in broccoli that actively enhance calcium absorption and utilization. This co-delivery is key to maximizing the benefit. One of broccoli's most powerful contributions to bone health is its exceptional vitamin K content, particularly vitamin K1, phylloquinone, and, to a lesser extent in the raw form, K2, though fermentation can increase K2. Vitamin K is absolutely fundamental for bone metabolism, yet it's often overlooked. Think of it as the project manager directing the calcium. Its primary bone-related role is activating specific proteins called osteocalcin and matrix GLA protein, MGP. Osteocalcin, produced by bone-building cells called osteoblasts, acts like a magnet for calcium. But osteocalcin needs vitamin K to undergo a chemical change, carboxylation, that allows it to bind calcium ions tightly and pull them into the bone matrix, essentially cementing them into place. Without sufficient vitamin K, osteocalcin remains undercarboxylated and ineffective. Calcium floats in the bloodstream instead of being deposited where it's needed most, in your bones. This inadequately utilized calcium can even contribute to problematic calcification in soft tissues like arteries. Matrix GLA protein, MGP, is another vitamin K-dependent protein crucial for bone health. MGP acts as a potent inhibitor of calcification in soft tissues like blood vessels and cartilage. By keeping calcium out of your arteries and in your bones, Activated MGP protects your cardiovascular system while ensuring calcium is available for bone mineralization. Broccoli is one of the very best dietary sources of vitamin K1. A substantial serving in your juice provides a massive dose, ensuring your body has plenty on hand to activate these critical proteins, directing calcium precisely to your skeleton and preventing its deposition in harmful places. Spinach also contributes a good amount of vitamin K, further boosting this essential regulatory mechanism. Now, let's talk about vitamin C, another bone hero abundantly present in both broccoli and spinach, especially potent in fresh juice. Vitamin C is vital for the production of collagen. Why does collagen matter for bones? Because bone isn't just a mineral slab, it's a dynamic composite material. Think of collagen as the flexible steel rebar framework within concrete. It provides the tensile strength and flexibility, the underlying structure upon which minerals like calcium and phosphorus crystallize to create hardness. Without strong, healthy collagen, bones become brittle and prone to fracture, even if mineral density appears adequate. Vitamin C is an essential cofactor for the enzymes, prolyl and LYSYL hydroxylase, that modify and stabilize the collagen molecules, allowing them to form strong, cross-linked fibers. This robust collagen meshwork provides the scaffolding that holds the bone minerals securely. A deficiency in vitamin C leads directly to impaired collagen synthesis, weakening the entire bone structure. Broccoli is an outstanding source of vitamin C. Juicing it raw preserves this highly sensitive vitamin. Cooking destroys a significant portion. Spinach also contributes valuable vitamin C. By juicing them together, you deliver a powerful, synergistic dose that directly supports the formation of the critical collagen infrastructure that makes bones tough and resilient, not just hard. Magnesium is another absolutely critical mineral for bone health that both broccoli and spinach provide generously, and juicing offers a concentrated source. While calcium gets the fame, magnesium is the indispensable partner working behind the scenes. Over 50% of the body's magnesium is stored in the bones. Magnesium plays multiple essential roles. It is required for the proper metabolism of vitamin D. Vitamin D, often obtained from sunlight or supplements, is crucial for calcium absorption in the gut. But vitamin D itself needs to be activated, and magnesium is a cofactor for the enzymes responsible for this activation. Without sufficient magnesium, your body cannot effectively utilize the vitamin D you consume or produce, severely hampering calcium absorption regardless of how much calcium or vitamin D you take in. Furthermore, magnesium directly influences the activity of the parathyroid hormone, which regulates calcium balance in the blood and bones. It also stimulates the hormone calcitonin, which helps preserve bone by inhibiting bone breakdown, resorption, by osteoclasts. Magnesium is also involved in converting vitamin K into its active form, further linking it to the osteocalcin activation process. Low magnesium levels are associated with increased bone turnover, more breakdown than building, reduced bone density, and a higher risk of osteoporosis. Broccoli and spinach are both excellent sources of highly bioavailable magnesium. Juicing them provides this mineral in a readily absorbable form, ensuring your bone metabolism machinery has this vital cog in place. Potassium, abundantly found in both vegetables and concentrated in the juice, also plays a surprisingly significant role in bone health. A diet high in acidic foods, like meat, grains, processed foods, can create a slightly acidic environment in the body. To buffer this acidity and maintain blood pH within a very narrow, critical range, the body may draw alkaline minerals, primarily calcium, from the bones. This calcium loss weakens bone structure over time. Potassium, however, has an alkalizing effect. It helps neutralize dietary acids without leaching calcium from the skeleton. By providing a rich source of potassium, broccoli and spinach juice helps protect your bone mineral reserves from being sacrificed to maintain acid-base balance. It's a protective mechanism safeguarding the calcium already stored in your bones. Beyond these major players, broccoli and spinach juice delivers a wealth of other bone-supportive nutrients. Folate, vitamin B9, present in significant amounts, particularly in spinach, helps regulate homocysteine levels. Elevated homocysteine is an independent risk factor for osteoporosis and fractures, potentially interfering with collagen cross-linking and increasing bone resorption. Folate, working with vitamins B6 and B12, though less prominent in these greens, helps keep homocysteine in check. Broccoli is a good source of boron, a trace mineral that research suggests plays a role in bone health by influencing the metabolism of calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D, and potentially reducing urinary excretion of calcium and magnesium. Spinach contributes manganese, a cofactor for enzymes involved in bone matrix formation. Both vegetables provide small amounts of other minerals like copper and zinc, also involved in collagen synthesis and bone formation enzymes. They are also rich in antioxidants like beta-carotene, converted to vitamin A, essential for bone remodeling, but balance is key as excess preformed vitamin A can be detrimental, and various flavonoids. These antioxidants combat oxidative stress, which is increasingly recognized as a contributor to bone loss and osteoporosis. Chronic inflammation can accelerate bone resorption. The anti-inflammatory compounds in these greens help create a more favorable environment for bone maintenance. The juicing process itself offers distinct advantages for bone nutrient delivery, especially for individuals who might struggle to consume large volumes of these raw vegetables daily. Juicing concentrates the nutrients. To get the equivalent nutrient dose found in a large glass of juice, you might need to eat several cups of raw broccoli florets and multiple large handfuls of raw spinach, a volume that can be challenging and potentially cause digestive discomfort, bloating, gas, for some due to the fiber and specific carbohydrates, FODMAPs in broccoli. Juicing removes most of the insoluble fiber, allowing for rapid absorption of the vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients directly into the bloodstream without taxing digestion. This is particularly beneficial for individuals with compromised digestion or sensitive guts who still want to reap the bone-building benefits. It provides a potent, easily assimilated nutrient shot. However, it's vital to acknowledge the trade-off, removing the fiber. Fiber is crucial for overall health, gut microbiome diversity, blood sugar regulation, and satiety. Therefore, broccoli and spinach juice should be viewed as a powerful supplement to a healthy, fiber-rich diet, not a replacement for whole vegetables. Enjoy your juice, but also eat plenty of whole vegetables, fruits, legumes, and whole grains throughout the day. You can even add a small portion of the juice or pulp back into the juice or use it in soups, stews, or baked goods to recapture some fiber. Making effective and palatable broccoli and spinach juice requires some know-how. Selecting fresh, vibrant produce is paramount. Choose broccoli with tight, deep green or purple-green florets, avoid yellowing or flowering heads, and firm stalks. Opt for spinach with crisp, dark green leaves, avoid wilted, slimy, or yellow leaves. Wash them thoroughly under cold running water to remove any dirt or potential residues. The classic combination is roughly equal parts broccoli florets, including some tender stem and spinach leaves. However, pure broccoli and spinach juice can be intensely green and slightly bitter, especially from the broccoli stems. This is where strategic additions come in, not just for taste but sometimes for synergy. A small green apple, like Granny Smith, adds natural sweetness, vitamin C, and palatability without overwhelming sugar. A stalk or two of celery adds a refreshing, salty note, extra potassium, and valuable silica, another trace mineral important for bone health and collagen formation. A small knob of fresh ginger adds a zing, aids digestion, and possesses anti-inflammatory properties. A squeeze of fresh lemon juice not only brightens the flavor but also adds more vitamin C and may help enhance iron absorption from the spinach. Crucially, to maximize the absorption of the fat-soluble vitamins, vitamin K1, beta-carotene, that are so vital for bone health, add a small amount of healthy fat. A teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil, A few slices of avocado blended in, if using a blender instead of a juicer, or a small handful of nuts, like almonds, rich in calcium and magnesium, consumed alongside the juice will significantly boost the uptake of these critical nutrients. Preparation: chop the broccoli and apple, if using, into chunks manageable for your juicer chute. Feed the ingredients steadily. Freshness is key. Drink the juice immediately or within 15 to 20 minutes for maximum nutrient potency, especially vitamin C, which degrades rapidly upon exposure to air and light. A typical serving might use 1 to 2 cups broccoli florets with stems, 2 to 3 large handfuls of spinach, half a green apple, 1 to 2 celery stalks, a 1-inch piece of ginger, lemon juice, and that essential teaspoon of olive oil stirred in at the end. Integrating this potent green juice into your bone health strategy requires context and consistency. It is not a magic potion that negates other vital factors. Aim for consistency. Drinking this juice most days, or even 3 to 4 times a week, provides a sustained influx of bone-building nutrients far more effectively than occasional consumption. Think of it as daily reinforcement for your skeleton. It complements, doesn't replace, key pillars. Ensure adequate overall calcium intake from diverse sources like fortified plant milks, tofu, set with calcium, tahini, almonds, figs, and yes, dairy if you consume it. Maintain sufficient vitamin D levels through sensible sun exposure and supplementation as recommended by your doctor. Blood testing is the best way to determine need. Engage in regular weight-bearing and muscle-strengthening exercises. This mechanical stress is the single most powerful signal telling your bones to stay strong and dense. Walking, running, dancing, lifting weights, climbing stairs, these activities are non-negotiable for bone health. Avoid excessive alcohol and smoking, both detrimental to bone density. Manage stress, as chronic high cortisol levels can promote bone loss. Consult your doctor, especially if you have osteoporosis, osteopenia, kidney disease, or are on blood-thinning medication, like warfarin. Vitamin K's vital role in bone health can potentially interfere with the action of vitamin K antagonist blood thinners. It's crucial to discuss consistent vitamin K intake, like daily green juice, with your healthcare provider to ensure stable medication management. Do not stop or alter medication without medical advice. The goal is consistent intake to work with stable medication dosing. Listen to your body. While generally safe, some might experience mild digestive changes initially. Start with smaller servings. Broccoli and spinach juice represents a potent fusion of traditional wisdom, eating your greens, and modern understanding of bone biology. It leverages concentrated, bioavailable doses of vitamin K to direct calcium into bones, vitamin C to build the essential collagen scaffold, magnesium to activate vitamin D and regulate bone turnover, potassium to protect against acid-induced calcium loss, and a host of supporting minerals, antioxidants, and phytonutrients. It addresses bone health not just through calcium, but through the complex orchestra of nutrients required to utilize that calcium effectively, build quality bone structure, regulate the bone remodeling cycle, and protect against oxidative and inflammatory damage. By incorporating this vibrant green elixir consistently into a holistic bone-healthy lifestyle, rich in diverse nutrients, regular weight-bearing exercise, adequate vitamin D, and mindful habits, you are proactively nourishing the very foundation of your strength and mobility. You are sending a daily signal to your bones: rebuild, reinforce, endure. Every sip is an investment in standing tall, moving freely, and living vibrantly, without fear, for decades to come. Your future skeleton will thank you for the daily dose of green resilience. So, grab your juicer, load it up with emerald florets and dark leafy greens, add those synergistic extras, and raise a glass to your strong, unbreakable foundation. Cheers to your bones.